And next I'll introduce his thoughtful mother, entrepreneur, actor, bagel baker, Ms. Jen Garner. And of course, as Simon's well-meaning but sometimes tone-deaf father, the amazing scratch golfing Josh Duhamel.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Isn't he great? Are you so proud of him?
Thanks, Mom. So you guys all come to this movie. They're a nice family. I give it a lot. When each of you got this script, was there a particular scene that leapt out at you that said, "Gosh, I really want to play that scene," or "I have a thought about how this will go," that made you want to do this? And we'll start with you, Nick.
I think there were several scenes. The one, kind of all of the sequences of coming out, of the first coming out scene between Alex and I thought was handled really delicately and kind of beautifully and not too heavy-handed. And it was hard to get that from the script, but after talking to Greg, I felt confident that he would be able to kind of bring the delicacy that it needed, and then also the scenes between Josh and Jen, just because they were so beautifully written, and I felt like kind of necessary for this whole journey that this Simon character goes on. And so those were both exciting for me, and the dance sequence, obviously, because I mean, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And you, Jen?
I thought the scene between Emily and her son is just like a template for how moms could handle a moment like this. And selfishly, I really wanted to be the one to say it. And I was talking to a friend of mine as I was trying to decide, do I try to do this? Is this movie going to work? And he said, you know, this movie would have been really helpful for me when I was growing up. This would have been a big deal for me. And I just said, okay, I'm in, I'm doing it. You got it.
Are we talking about which scene in particular? I forgot the
Yeah,
question.
no, the question was, you may answer this question or another one. I can throw you another one. But I was asking, what scene, when you read the script, really stood out for you as a scene you wanted to play?
Well, that's easy. It was the scene with Nick and I in the driveway. I mean, there's several reasons I wanted to do the movie, but that's, if you're going to ask me which scene, it's that one, because I think that this character represents maybe a lot of fathers out there who have found out that their sons were gay, or their daughters. He wasn't necessarily homophobic, but he was, like you said, tone deaf to a lot of things, and probably wasn't as tuned in as he should have been, and learns through the reveal that, you know what, it doesn't matter, I love you no matter what. And I think that there's something really powerful in that.
No, the parents, and not the protagonist in this
Thanks
way.
for reminding us.
Very young parents. As
We had him when we were, what, 8?
Well, it's good. You did a good job, as I said. And it's nice that you were able to cobble things together as 8-year-old parents. You don't see that. But seriously, as people who have been in his spot and who have played, in youth movies and now playing parents, do you bring something special, some special insight? And what makes this different from maybe the generation of youth movies that that you were auditioning for or working in?
Well, for me, it was many things. Greg Berlanti is one of my favorite people in the world. I did a movie with him several years ago called Life as We Know It, and we've remained friends ever since. I felt it had this, and especially after seeing it, it had like this John Hughes sort of coming of age sort of feel to it, which I loved, and I loved them. After seeing it, I loved the music in the movie.
That's so important, right? In a movie, if you're trying to reach a younger audience, the joie de vivre, the music, the just overall energy of it, and Greg really understands that. And it doesn't matter whether you're playing the parents or whether you're playing the protagonist. You still have to kind of bring that energy into a movie like this. It was fun to do.
Great. One last question, because I know you're all itching to ask questions. Who were you guys in high school? Did you see yourselves in these characters, or who do you think you would be if we were looking at this film and saying that's Jen Garner in high school?
Oh man, I'll let you guys handle that one.
I feel like high school. I don't think anyone in high school is actually like kind of the best version of themselves. But I felt like I was kind of the guy who could go from group to group and kind of get along. You know, just get by. I don't know if I'd like classify any particular, you know, clique that I fell into, but just you know, just average guy.
So modest.
Yeah.
No, it's true though. I mean,
You were
for
the
me too.
jock,
No, well, I did play sports,
right?
but like Nick,
Kind of a
but like
thug.
Nick, I had friends. I had friends with Metallica jackets who smoked cigarettes out back too. You know, I was.
So
was.
you got along with both sets of bullies in your high school.
I was like Nick. I was the guy who tried to, you know, be as available to or accepting or friendly to everybody. I really did.
And you, sir?
I don't think I even rated a character in this movie. But I mean, I was happy. I didn't think about the fact that, because I was in West Virginia. I don't know. We just, either we didn't pay attention or I didn't pay attention to popular cliques or anything like that. You know, I played the saxophone and I danced every day after school and I babysat a lot and, you know, it's okay. I survived it.
Well, if there's one message from this movie is that it will be okay and you will survive it. And it's nice to see you guys represent such real characters who deal with real problems so positively and without making it heavy drama. I loved it. So let's throw it out to you guys. I'm sure you have better questions than that. In the back, raising hand in the jacket.